Hi everyone, it is time for a new reading vlog, and today I'm doing a vlog for the magical readathon Orilium that G from the Book Roast created, and I'm super excited. Absolutely love G, first of all, so her channel is of course going to be linked down below. Definitely check her out. And she has basically created this whole new magical system, magical world for this readathon, and you can basically create a character for yourself, and it takes you on this journey across this path, and each of the steps is basically you need to read a book for it, and there's a prompt, and yeah, it's just super fun, super cool. So now I think I'm going to tell you about some books that I really want to read, and just, you know, like the prompts that they work for and everything, and we'll see how it all goes. The first one that I have on top here is actually one that I'm reading for another reading vlog, but it works for the first prompt, which is the novice path entrance, and that is read a book with a map. And so I didn't expect this to have a map, and it's kind of like a different one, and it looks like this. So it has a map, and so this is not like a book that I'm going to talk about in detail in this video because it's, again, for a different vlog. But I think it's the only one that has a map that I have on my TBR. So this one is going to work for that. Then I am absolutely going to be reading Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating by Adibai Jagardar. And this one, mainly I think I'm reading this for a book that keeps tempting you, or just, you know, on top of your TBR, because I've been dying to read this, and, you know, it's just a super exciting book. But it also works for read a standalone and book set in a city or town, and yes, I think that's it. So I think the rule is that you can't read one book for, you know, multiple prompts, but I usually just kind of mood read and then put it together in the end a little bit. So it's good to have multiple options so that, you know, another book can be used for one of the prompts and stuff. So yes. And then two more books that I really want to read are The Candle and the Flame by Nafiza Azad. I recently mentioned this one in my 24-hour readathon vlog, and I didn't really manage to get to it. I only literally read like just a few pages, but I really want to read this one. This is a standalone fantasy. I just feel like it's going to be magical and wonderful, and this one works for, again, read a standalone, read a 5-star prediction. I would say I didn't see that before, and yeah, I think that might be it. I'm super excited for this one and really want to read it. And the other one is Hidden Moon by Jeannie, Lynn. So this one is a historical romance with a mystery subplot, and so that is what I'm going to use for the read a thriller or a mystery book. I don't know if it's like slightly breaking the rules because it's not a mystery book, but I do know that G said that you can, you know, like adjust prompts to whatever works for you, and I just really don't like mystery books. The first sentence here says, a well-bred lady and a lowly street hustler team up in a historical murder mystery set during China's glittering Tang dynasty. So I do think that the mystery is actually going to be a big part of this book, so I think it works, and I'm super excited for it. I just feel like this is just such a perfect book for fall. So these are the main physical books that I want to focus on and prioritize, but there are also some like audiobooks and ebooks that I want to read, but I don't like spending too long talking about my TBR or reading plans at the beginning of videos, because, you know, I just want to like get into the reading vlog, and I'm a mood reader, so, you know, you never know what's gonna happen. But I'm definitely gonna get to at least half of these. So yeah, that is gonna be it for my update for now, and let's just jump straight into the reading vlog.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
time for a super quick update. I feel like my hair, when it's slicked back like this, looks like there's so little hair and it's so short, but hopefully it looks okay. But this is gonna be a really quick update, not really bookish at all, but I am headed out to go have sushi for lunch at this like eat all you can place. And if you didn't know, sushi is my favorite thing ever. So I'm going to that, and then I'm gonna be seeing Shang-Chi at the movies, and I am so excited. I have been like looking forward to it for so long, and like if you're a Marvel fan, you know that like I don't know, I feel like every single movie is just so exciting and there's something so special about it that no other movies have. And I don't think I've ever actually even mentioned that I'm a Marvel fan. So I am. I have seen every single movie there is. So yeah, I mean, I'm starting to also get into comics. So yeah, I wanted to mention that because I'm just super excited about it. That's pretty much all that I wanted to tell you. But one question that I have real quick is, do you like when people in bookish videos talk about things that are not necessarily related to books? Because in my head, like TV shows, movies are quite close to books, but I feel like I often hesitate to talk about myself outside of books because I don't know, I feel like, it just maybe doesn't belong here or people won't care. But at the same time, like, I want to connect with you all, and I feel like I should talk about myself more, like things I do outside of books and things I love outside of books. So let me know if you like when people like talk about different stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm obviously gonna tell you what if I liked the movie and everything, but I'm gonna take you along, film some clips at least at the mall, and I'm just super excited, so let's go.
You and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with.
Hi everyone, so it is time for a really quick update. I'm gonna try to make this quick. I did something to my neck and it hurts, and it's also on the right side, which I hold my phone with and everything, so that's why I want to make this a quick update. But yesterday I forgot to talk to you after seeing Shang-Chi. I loved it. I loved the movie so much. It was just so many things that I love about Marvel movies. It was so funny and fun and like adventurous and everything. I loved the main characters. Like I loved Shang-Chi, and I also loved everyone else, and it was just so good. And the visuals as well, the magic in there, like it was just iconic. So that is my update on that. And then today my sister brought me bubble tea, which I am so happy about because I love bubble tea. I haven't done a lot of reading because again, my neck is messed up, and so I think for tonight and probably tomorrow, just until the pain gets better, I'm probably gonna listen to audiobooks. When it comes to Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating by Adiba Jaigirdar, I have started this book and I got to page 122. So kind of like read a little bit over the first third. I'm absolutely loving it. I absolutely love our main characters, and they're just so adorable, and I'm so excited to see them fall in love and also just figure out their own personal things in their like own personal journeys. The plot of this book is that basically Issue is super antisocial. She is just, like an outsider and everything. And Honey is among the popular kids, but she has these two best friends who aren't really that great friends, and she basically kind of comes out to them as bisexual, and they don't have a good reaction. They have the shitty comments like, how do you know? And like that kind of thing. And so after that, the two of them basically agree that they're gonna fake date so that Honey can prove to the friends that she's bisexual, and Issue can basically become more popular so that she can be head girl. And I don't even know what that means, but yes. So I'm absolutely loving it. I am not gonna read it tonight, but who knows? I can totally see that like one morning within the next few days, I'm just gonna want to read it, and then I'll read the entire thing. So I thought it'd be better to update you about it now before I finish it without talking to you about it. I downloaded an audiobook that is a paranormal romance that I've heard amazing things about. So I might pick it up because today I just kind of want like a comforting read. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop talking now and I'm gonna update you when I get some reading done. So it's finally time for some updates and they're really exciting. So I haven't really made any progress with my physical books, but I started 2 audiobooks that I'm super excited to tell you about. So the first one that I started is called Skyborne, Sparrow Rising by Jessica Curry, and this one was super random. I was just on Twitter chilling and the author tweeted something about like writing her 14th book or something, and I read the Forbidden Wish by her, which is right here on the top, and I absolutely adored it. It's an Aladdin retelling where the female main character is the Jinn, and it is absolutely incredible. It's such a beautiful forbidden romance and a wonderful fantasy book, and I absolutely adore this book and I highly recommend it, and I feel like it's just so underrated and more people need to read it. But I haven't read any books by the author since, and she does seem to write, I think, mainly middle grade nowadays. And middle grade is something that like I don't read all the time, but there are times that I absolutely love it, and I'm like, when I'm in the right mood, I absolutely love reading middle grade. And so I picked up this book and I'm really enjoying it. I flew through the first half already because I was just really interested and didn't want to stop reading last night. So the main character in this book, she lost her parents when she was younger, and this like, they were basically murdered by a gargoyle. So gargoyles in this world are like the main thing that puts people in danger. And the person who saved her in that moment was a Goldwing, and what that means is just people who are trained to be warriors and, you know, fighters, protectors, that kind of thing. And so ever since then, the main character was determined to become a Goldwing so that she can save herself in the future and the people that she loves. But the only issue is that she's from like a lower class and she's meant to be a farmer, and it's not really expected or possible for her to be a Goldwing, but she is determined to do so. And then at the beginning of the story, she participates in this like competition, or I'm not sure what to call it, and she's not really supposed to, so it kind of like is breaking the rules, and they want to send her to this like suspicious school, and then she runs away, and then there's this boy that is in danger, and so she's like kind of rescues him, and he is a part of this group of kids who are like doing some shady stuff. And so she gets wrapped up in that, and it is just so like fun and adventurous, and I'm so invested in the main characters. I absolutely love that like there's this found family aspect to it, but at first they don't really like each other, so like the main character doesn't really fit in, and there's like a slight enemies vibe between them. And then the other book that I started reading that I'm so excited about is Wolf Gone Wild by Juliet Cross, and this is an adult paranormal romance. And I was, you know, like, I absolutely love the covers in this series. There are 3 books out so far, and I got this one on audio. I think I'm gonna get the second one on ebook, and I ordered the paperback of the third one. It was literally the only reason was that I liked the third book's cover the most. And I've also heard amazing things about the audiobook, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to this one on audio. I'm loving it so much already, and I only read like, I don't know, 10-15%. I have this on Audible and it doesn't show the percentage, and I don't like using Audible, but they had this deal that was like pay 99p and then have 2 months free, so like have 3 months for basically just 99p. I do recommend you check your emails, because I do think that like if you cancel your membership, that they have deals like this all the time. The plot of this book, I know that Riley from Riley Marie, I saw on Goodreads that she described it as Charmed meets the original meets Venom. And I feel like that is so accurate, and like if that sounds good to you, you're going to adore this. So I love the originals. I don't really know Charmed that much, but I like it, and I haven't seen Venom. But the plot of this book is basically that the hero in this book, he is a werewolf, and the wolf inside him, he hasn't been able to shift, and every time that he shifted, he could like hear the wolf's voice. But now that he hasn't been able to shift, he keeps on hearing the wolf's voice. And the way that works is, I think, exactly the same like Venom, that he just has this like another different part of him that like talks to him and that wants kind of more like violent things and just makes him more unhinged and dangerous. And so then we have our heroine, who is a witch, and he basically kind of like ends up asking her for help. He thinks that there's like a hex on him, so that she can just help him get rid of that so that he can shift normally, function normally again, and all of that. I feel like the chemistry between them is incredible, and at the same time, it's just, there's this wonderful humor in it, and the narrators are wonderful. Like, the narrator of the hero has such a wonderful voice. Like, it's that like super deep voice, and for like the werewolf's voice, it's even deeper. And like, if you like deep voices, you're going to adore this audiobook. And so it's just like, you can see it from my energy right now. This book is just giving me life. I'm having all of those like fangirly feelings, and I didn't want to stop listening to it at all. And yeah, so tonight I am planning on watching the newest Fast and Furious movie with my mom. And so that's going to take up a lot of my time, but I think like outside of that, I just want to listen to this book. And this weekend, like, I'm absolutely finishing them and hopefully reading a lot of other things as well. I think I'm going to update you later tonight. I need to eat dinner, and then I'll get back to reading, and I'll talk to you when I get some reading done. Hi everyone, so it is time for a few updates. I have finished 2 books and started one new one. So the first book that I finished is Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating, and this was just such a wonderful book. I was so beyond invested in our main characters' journeys, like both their personal journey and the romance between them. It was just so wonderful, and I felt like this book just felt so honest and realistic in so many different ways, and it was just absolutely wonderful. One thing that I do want to say is that I wouldn't say this is like a light-hearted rom-com, because there are some really painful things that this book explores as well. So one of the biggest one I would say is, I think I already mentioned this, Honey is basically friends with these 2 girls who are absolutely horrible, and you can absolutely see all of the different microaggressions that they do all the time, to like when it comes to Honey being bisexual, Muslim, Bengali, and absolutely everything. And it is extremely painful to watch, because Honey just, you know, like, she dismisses it because she's been friends with them since they were tiny little kids, and so she's attached to them, and she's just kind of like afraid of facing all the shitty things they do. And so it explores how hard it is to, you know, like, stop being friends even when they do terrible things. And I felt like that is a really important thing to show, because I do know that, like, unfortunately a lot of people, you know, have terrible friends like that. And so I can absolutely see why this was in this book, but it was really, really painful and frustrating, because like they were there quite a lot and they fucked up so many things, and they were literally the worst. And yeah, but I just absolutely loved this book. Again, like Honey and Issue, they were incredible, but there was also like a wonderful, like, complex sister relationship between Issue and her older sister, and it was just a beautiful book, and I highly, highly recommend it. if you are looking for a sapphic contemporary with really wonderful, realistic characters. And then I finished reading Skyborne, Sparrow, Rising by Jessica Curry, and I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 4 stars. It was just such a fun, action-packed adventure, and I loved the main characters, and I can't wait for the next book. So it's not out yet. I think it's like April 2022 or something. It's in quite a while, but I'm absolutely going to be reading it, and I'm super excited. It has kind of like a closed ending. It doesn't have a cliffhanger, but I'm just super excited to see what happens next. So that's that one. And the last book that I want to talk to you about for now is I started The Jasmine Project by Meredith Ireland. After finishing this book, I was just like, you know what, I am in the mood for more YA contemporary, and this is a super recent release, and I heard about it on Twitter a while ago and saw some really great reviews, and so I decided to pick it up, and I got to like 35%, I think, and I'm really enjoying it. So it is about Jasmine, who is a Korean American girl, and she's also an adoptee. I think she has a Filipino father and an Italian mom. She basically has this huge family who are all kind of like a little bit overbearing but wonderful and supportive, and she has had a boyfriend for, I don't know, a while, and he cheated on her, and then they made a deal that like during the summer before they plan on moving in together, that they will have like an open relationship. She can see that he's an asshole, but she also, just like doesn't want the dreams they had together to fall apart. And so she plans on basically staying together with him. And her family, they absolutely hate him. And so they come up with a scheme that they will basically organize for a few guys that they select to like accidentally meet up with Jasmine, and just like they hope that they will find a boy for her that she's going to fall in love with, so that she can break up with her boyfriend and so that she can see that she deserves better. All of that. They have great intentions, but they don't want to tell her about it. So that's where it all begins. And I absolutely love Jasmine already, and the family, while they're really chaotic and a lot, I love them. And like, if you love family dynamics and like family being a big part of the book, I think that you're gonna like this, and I like it. It's really fun. Like, I was a little bit intimidated because one thing is that I absolutely despise love triangles. I hate when there are more love interests. It almost never works for me. However, since I heard good things about this book, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. And so far, I have a feeling that it's not going to bother me, because I feel like it's just going to be the type of book, it's not a spoiler, it's just a feeling that like, I just think this is like a lighthearted rom-com where, no matter what happens, it's all going to work out in the end, and there's not going to be anyone majorly heartbroken, hopefully. So I think I think it's going to be fine. Plus, like, now I have met all the guys, and I think I like them. I do have a favorite, I think, but every time there's a scene with another one, I'm like, you know what, this one is not bad either. So I like all of them. The thing that I despise the most is when there's a love triangle and I love one of them and I despise the other. That's like the worst thing ever, but I don't think that's gonna be the case in here. So yeah, it's definitely gonna get messy, but again, I just feel like this is gonna be such a lighthearted, fun book. And one random thing that I want to mention is that Jasmine basically has a plan to, go to college, go to nursing school and everything, but she has secretly been dreaming of becoming a chef. And I love that. I don't feel like I see it often, and I just absolutely love anything that has to do with food. I think it's super fun, and it's just, I don't know, like, it just made me even more invested in Jasmine's journey. So yeah, I'm super excited to keep reading this one. I also love the audiobook. There's like two, I think there's like one main narrator, obviously, for Jasmine, but there are tiny bits and pieces that show like the family's texts and stuff. And so for that, there are like additional narrators, like multiple of them doing their voices, which I absolutely love. And so I do recommend the audiobook if you listen to audiobooks. And yeah, so I think that is all for now. I am still absolutely dying to read Wolf Gone Wild, But I felt like that is a book that, like, once I start it again, once I get back to it, I don't think I'm going to be able to stop reading. And during the day today, I just wanted to do multiple things and not just read that. So I think I'm going to listen to that tomorrow. So it has been a while. It has been over a week since my last update. I haven't filmed anything and I really missed it, and I'm excited to be back. And yes, so I'm gonna update you on some things that I finished and then just kind of like wrap up this vlog, because I feel like it's actually not that long, but I just really wanted to make 2 parts to this vlog, because I don't know, it's been so much fun and I wanted more than one video for it. So yeah, there will be more, but for now, let's talk about what I finished, what I have read. And yes, so the last 2 books that I talked to you, I think, that I didn't finish were the Jasmine Project and Wolf Gone Wild. I finished both of these and oh my gosh. Okay, so first one that I finished was the Jasmine Project, and I absolutely loved this book. I'm so happy that I picked it up, even though, you know, like I kind of told you, left triangles and stuff like that aren't for me. But I just felt like the way that it was done in this book was so good, and like I kind of expected, it was just not anything like overly dramatic. There wasn't anyone like, you know, getting their heart ripped out, and it all worked out in such a wonderful way. And again, it was just such a light-hearted, fun, beautiful read. I absolutely loved how it was a lot about Jasmine figuring out what she wants to do with her life and just learning to love herself. That was just such a big part of the book. And then the romance that we get was just so sweet, and it all just worked out so beautifully, and I highly recommend it. Yeah, I don't know, like when it comes to the prompts, I have kind of done quite a few. I still have some to go, which we're gonna get there in a second, but I think this one works for the standalone. And then Wolf Gone Wild, oh my gosh, I absolutely fell in love. I need everyone to read this book. Like, if you love paranormal romance, you absolutely need to pick this up. And like, I don't know, I've been wanting to get into paranormal romance for a while now, and I still haven't quite gotten into it because I just felt like I wasn't sure which books to start with. There wasn't anything that like was really, you know, like grabbing my attention. And when I saw this cover and I heard people talk about it, I was like, I need to try this out. And it was the best decision ever, and I'm so excited because I feel like there's quite a lot of books coming out that are like, that have super similar covers to this and super similar vibes, like in the best way, and I'm so ready. Like, it looks like there's gonna be like a new wave of paranormal romance, and I am so excited. So also please let me know in the comments down below what your favorite paranormal romances are. So anyway, this book, incredible main characters with wonderful chemistry and a strong emotional connection. The way that the romance developed was just so well done. Like, it wasn't rushed, it wasn't too slow, it was just so natural but so intense. And like, oh my gosh, absolutely incredible. And one thing that I loved is that the 2 main characters kind of become friends at first, and so then it almost turns into this like friends to lovers situation where both of them don't want to ruin the friendship that they have, but they want more than that. And just, I absolutely adored it, and the side characters were intriguing, the plot was super engaging, it was super fast-paced, super fun. I was invested, like you saw from page 1, and I absolutely highly recommend this book. And I like, one thing that I have been struggling with for a long time is that when I read a book in a series, and this is a standalone, it doesn't matter like whether it's standalone or not, but just whichever series I pick up, I almost never want to pick up the next book immediately. Like even when I love it, you know, like I want to pick it up eventually, obviously, but it just never happens right away, and it can take even months for me to pick up the next book. And for this, yesterday I wanted to like organize my room. I did not. But I wanted to pick up the sequel because I was like, I need more right away. And so that says a lot. So yeah, absolutely a 5-star. I highly recommend this book. I need more people to read it, and I can't wait for the next book, which I think I'm probably gonna like pick up today, and I'm gonna talk about that in the part 2, so you can look forward to that in the second vlog. And now I kind of want to mention a few books that I haven't gotten to that I really want to read in the part 2, to just give you a taste of what I want to read, and just to kind of like remind myself of what I need to read for the prompts, or just want to read, and you know. So the only physical books that I did read is Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating. We talked about it. I adored it. You need to pick it up. And I also obviously was reading this one, but I still haven't finished it. So again, I think I'm gonna wrap up my thoughts in the part 2, and obviously this is gonna be in another reading vlog, like I said, but that will be in a little while. So there are 4 main books that I want to get to now, which is Hidden Moon, like I told you. This actually, I realized, works for a prompt that is like moon or stars on the cover. It's literally called Hidden Moon. It has a moon on the cover. However, I don't think I'm going to read another book that's going to be a mystery, so it's probably going to work for that. And I'll have another book for the moon, which is probably going to be Hang the Moon by Alexandria Bellafleur. This is a book that I started like at least a month ago at this point, and I was so, like, I was loving it so much that I've been procrastinating on reading it. I don't know if you can relate and you have that feeling that you know you're gonna love the book so much that you like avoid reading it because you never want it to end. So I've had that really strongly with this one, and I feel like I really need to just jump back in. And so this one has stars and the moon, and it has moon in the title, so it's absolutely perfect for that. It works for a lot of other things. I think it's set in a town mainly. It is absolutely a 5-star prediction. It is absolutely a book high on my TBR. Then we have Candle in the Flame, which I really want to get to. I have the audiobooks, so I think once I finish Lore, I want to jump into this. And then the last one that I don't think I've mentioned, but I want to because I'm super excited for it, is In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. So I don't know what this actually works for. It could be a 5-star prediction, and I feel like there must be something else. At this point, it doesn't really matter. I just really want to read this book and I want to vlog about it. So I don't know much, but it is a fantasy romance. It is queer, and it says pirates and princess, magic and mayhem. This book has it all. With exciting adventure and a breathtaking romance, I couldn't put In Deeper Waters down. So yeah, it's just, I think, like, you know, set at sea. I don't need to know anything more. And I love this cover, and I have the best vibes coming from this book, and I have heard some good things about it as well. So yeah, I'm super excited to get to all these books, and I'm so happy about all that I have read already. So yeah, that is finally gonna be my update for now and this video. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know if you're excited for part 2. I'm super excited to like keep reading and film that. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for today and for this vlog. And if you made it this far in the video, leave any kind of emoji that has a supernatural creature in it or anything magical. And thank you so much for watching. Again, definitely check out G's channel, and it's gonna be linked down below, of course, as well as everything related to the readathon. And stay tuned for part 2. And yeah, have a great day, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Bye!